As we continue to reflect on the saints and what they can challenge or inspire in us, I'd like to end these reflections during this month of November with St. Francis, probably one of the best known saints, a man from the 13th century who started off as a rich, spoiled young nobleman, but eventually left everything and embraced a life of poverty to serve Christ. St. Francis's early life was one of privilege. He was wealthy, well-loved, the only son of a well-to-do merchant. And St. Francis lived that to the fullest. He was a ladies' man, he loved to be a courtier, he loved fine clothes and all the things that went with him. But then St. Francis had his conversion, and he realized that those were not really the things that mattered. And St. Francis took a literal 180 and gave all that up and embraced a radical form of poverty and learned that true happiness, true joy, comes not from what we buy or what we possess, but by serving God, by embracing simplicity and poverty and learning to live that way. It's a hard message, but yet St. Francis's Christ-like demeanor attracted people, and he continues to attract and inspire people almost 900 years after his death. And I think St. Francis has a lot to teach us as well. In our very materialistic world, it's very easy to be like young St. Francis and to get trapped and caught up in all that. And we miss the important lesson that Francis teaches us about simplicity, about poverty, and about realizing that happiness and joy comes from service and not from what we possess or what we buy. St. Francis can teach all of us the importance of simplicity, poverty, and obedience. Let us pray that we can learn those lessons quickly in our lives, so like St. Francis, we can find what true joy and happiness are as well. Not a sermon, not a homily, but just something to think about.